And to kick off this wonderful track that we've created very recently at our events is none other than CrazyGames. So I would like to welcome Rafael and Rabia from CrazyGames to the stage, and they're going to be talking about the web gaming renaissance. So please welcome Rafael and Rabia.
Hello, everyone. Very cool to be here. We're very happy to actually sponsor the browser breakthrough track. We did in London first, went super well, so now we're doing here, and a couple of other events during the year. It's really nice to see how much the web is growing, how much interest there is everywhere. Yeah, so really cool to see some of familiar places and now some new friends that we're making here. The presentations, we're just going to share some high-level stuff, but there's also the opportunity to ask questions in the end. So, we're looking at the general sense of the web, right? Like, what does that mean? It's simply, the web has been growing through different stages, and I think right now there are so many good hands working together on the space, and we're seeing fantastic growth in our area. So that's why we want to show a little bit about it. So,
I want to introduce to my partner, Rafael Morgan, VP of Marketing and Partnerships at CrazyGames.
I think your mic is off. Is it? No?
No, it works.
Okay.
He's an expert of 10 years at web gaming, and I'm very lucky to work with him.
So, and together with me, I got the wonderful Rabia. She has been working in the game industry for quite some time, and she manages our partnership. So if you have a cool game you want to bring to the web, she's the right person to talk to. She has a lot of expertise about what works and what doesn't in the web. So yeah, we are around here at PGC and also until Friday, so you can just come by to our booth. So.
Okay, so this year has been a crazy year for us, and we want to share some information with you. CrazyGames has been crazy about the web growth. I've joined around 2 years at CrazyGames, and it has already doubled the number of users since then. We have an amazing developers community of more than 3,000 developers. And they bring us amazing games, and our job is to make sure that we show them to the best users possible, especially from Tier 1 countries.
Yeah, so we've been growing across all geos, but I would say the #1 market for us is here in the US. So it's nice to see that.
Okay, so I think in this whole speaking platform, everyone is talking about their own areas coming back. We just listened about mobile, but web games are coming back really, really strong. And there are a lot of reasons for that. One of them is that app stores and all the fees, they are increasing way too much, and the organic growth is minimal. Right now, if you go to Google and you write games, you can test it out. CrazyGames is the first one that is in the results. So the SEO and the organic growth is huge, and that's why we are motivating all the developers to join us, because it's extra revenue, extra feedback for all your games that you want to test in the market.
Yeah, and I think difference if you work with CrazyGames, I mean we own the community, so we can expose your game to a lot of players. And yeah, I think you get a lot of feedback early on. You can iterate your game, and we see a lot of the developers that are working with us. They don't work on only one project. They actually are doing several projects with us, which is I think it's a statement about the partnerships that we're growing. And yeah, I think one thing that I love about the web is actually that you can just click a link and actually you're playing the game, right? So you have instant access for it. It's available in pretty much every device that has a browser. We are surprised to see that some of our games work in different platforms. So yeah, it's pretty easy. You only need one build that will work everywhere. And if you're, especially for multiplayer games, I think that can be very powerful. You share a link, and then suddenly you're playing together, right? So imagine you're in a party, you say, like, let's play a game together. I mean, we see this throughout even companies. With CrazyGames, it's very easy. Nobody needs to install anything. You click a link, and you're playing together. And the quality of the games is also crazy these days. I would say it's on par of mobile, and we're trying to push the boundaries to get even further.
Yeah, and to add to that, there is no UA cost. So for any developer who is an indie developer and wants to test the idea, suddenly the game is exposed to 40 million users. So there is that. And also the technology is evolving. So we are partners with lots of game engines. And it's getting easier to just port it in one day, and suddenly it's on all around the web.
Yeah, so it's really nice to see that nearly every single game engine these days, besides Unreal, actually supports the web. And we had really strong partnerships with Unity and other game engines as well. So it's nice to see. And there's a lot of things happening on that space as well. One thing that I'm particularly very, very happy to see is this project that we released, and just released yesterday, so you can actually go and play on CrazyGames. It's called Project Prismatic. And I would say it's probably the first Unity 6 web GPU-enabled game that was launched on CrazyGames. It has stunning graphics, and it's really PC quality, and it runs on the web. It's something that you think is unimaginable. And I think we will be seeing more and more of this stuff coming in the new future. Here's like I think the launch trailer that the guys put it together. So this game was made here in the US by a company called Stratum Studios. And it's really crazy that this thing actually runs on the web. And it shows a little bit about where we're heading with web games as well, right? With web games, you can really imagine from casual games to more mid-core. And I think this is the experience that we want to see on CrazyGames as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful game. I was also surprised that when I played this week. I was like, wow, it looks even better now. So they did quite some work.
Just to give you an opinion, the loading time for this type of game, it's around 10 seconds. So that's why, for us, it is mind-blowing, because art looks amazing.
Yeah. So, and for publication, you have multiple options here, like obviously CrazyGames, right? But I mean, you can go anywhere. You can also have your own domain and do your your own thing. But we see from last year, like Discord was doing a push. I mean, they're still quite strong. But I mean, we see that there's like multiple opportunities for you. You also have our friends from Pocky. They're here as well. I forgot to add your logo. So definitely there's multiple roads where you can go, right? So it's not just CrazyGames. And I would say, like, who is on the web today? We have like several large publishers working together with CrazyGames, or even work on their own. And there are more and more people actually on the web these days. So yeah, I would say like a lot of people are seeing return as well. And I think later on there will be presentations about it. So there are great numbers happening on the web. So I think one important part.
Yeah, one important part this year is that since the beginning of last year, we have been implementing in-app purchase via Xsola, and this is one of the fastest growing revenue model for all of our developers. So we have both. We are supporting both ads and in-app purchase. So rewarded ads, interstitials, and banners, and in-app purchase.
Yeah.
In general, maybe it is important to add that we are still testing in-app purchase, and it is a process. So in the beginning, we test first with the ads, and we see the performance. And afterwards, if the playtime is seeing like it is promising, then we integrate in-app purchase to save your time and our time.
And here, so to understand what type of web games we have these days, so I brought a few showcases as well. So this is like, it's a game from Anatolis, which was here. And it's like a cross-platform game, right? So it's available on PCs, available on mobile, on consoles, and also on the web as well. And I think for the web, it was a really good showcase because they can populate their servers, get players to play real quick. So it's a really beautiful game as well. It's a big project that we're proud to have on CrazyGames. We also launched a project together with Unity called Struct, which is a game engine that you can create games, just by drag and dropping stuff. This is also available on CrazyGames. You can play. So it's really nice. My kids love to play that one. And again, one user can create a game and just send a link to their friends, and they can play like this, right? So I think it's very powerful as well. Another showcase that we have on CrazyGames, it's one of our most popular games. It's like a Blocks.io, which is a web-exclusive game, very, very popular. It's kind of Minecraft-like game. Has a crazy community, high engagement, and again, I think they executed something really nice, and they were able to, to build their own community there. They have a really big Discord server, and it's a very popular game. So I wanted to bring some fresh insights about CrazyGames, stuff that we're seeing it. Generally, something that I pass this whenever we're talking to developers. So mobile web right now is growing much faster. We have a lot of Unity games as well, a lot of Unity 6 games as well. And a lot, as a platform, the most important thing is the games, right? They don't come to play CrazyGames, they come to play the games. So I think that's one of the reasons why. But we see a faster growth happening there. We see, as Rabia mentioned, in-app purchase now being a significant amount of revenue. So for, there's some games, they do substantially more with in-app purchase than they actually do with ads. And historically, CrazyGames has always been an ad-based platform, right? As web games, as I was younger, I used to play like Miniclip, Addiction Game. Of course, the audience is young as well, right? We have a lot of players playing on Chromebooks and things like this. But there are growth in our geos, right? So, in our age groups. So we're seeing, the 35 plus, even like older audience, they're coming and playing web games because we're starting adding more and more of those contents, right? As you can see, Project Prismatic is not really a casual game, so we will find a different audience. There's more and more indie games as well that bring different types of the audience to CrazyGames. So it's a bit of the chicken and the egg, right? If you start adding different types of content, you're gonna start bringing different type of age groups. And I think one thing that I'm very bullish about is really this web GPU. I think that's where we're trying to make this commercial viable. And I think the next couple of years we'll start seeing a huge increase of visual quality happening on the web as well, right? We also start seeing more and more Chinese developers coming to publish on the web. And it's something that we also happy about it to work with them. And one thing that's because we talk to so many publishers as well, we start seeing the mobile publishers, they start having dedicated team to make web games as well, right? So there's some really large companies that were like, oh, you guys have a web team right now. So those are some of the things that we're seeing happening more recently on the web, and we just want to share this. So with that, I want to make a few announcements. Right. So the first one is that we're doing a game jam together with Photom. This will be a dedicated multiplayer game jam. You can register right now. It's open. There will be prizes. We did one with Unity last year. It went super well. Everybody was happy. The developers were happy. We're about to finish that one after 3 months of incubation, and now we're already kicking another one right now. So there are prizes involved. There will be support. So if you ever thought about making a web multiplayer game, that's a great opportunity. The guys from Photom will be there, so giving support as well. So we're happy to kick off that project as well. And we're with our friends from Niantic. We're doing a get-together. This week there will be a mixer. I think we just got too busy that we cannot take more people, but maybe if you come by, we can actually see if we can get you guys in. So that's pretty much our presentation. So I want to know if you have questions. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation. So you were talking a lot about web GPU and how you're really bullish on that technology. And it seems like the graphics that you guys are able to support are really impressive. Is web GPU technology that's only supported when I would deploy a game to CrazyGames, or also if I were to deploy it to YouTube Playables or one of these other platforms as well?
Well, so I mean, with WebGPU, it's not standard in all the browsers. Right now, on Chrome, by default, will work, right? So we had to, for instance, doesn't work on mobile web.
I see.
So there are some limitations, right? That's something that the industry still needs to change and evolve. But at the same time, we're pushing those showcases because I think it's important, even here, just to tell people that this is happening.
I see.
And we see like the most skilled developers, they're already looking at it. So it will be a trend to be supported everywhere.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions? No? Cool. Can we give Rafael and Rabia another round of applause, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions or would like to join to Niantic party, our booth is there. Let us know. It is full, but we might try to get you in.